is up, boys and girls? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year to you guys. Looking at this sweet new livery I got for the livery. Someone just posted about 8 hours ago on the forums. Sounds pretty kick-ass. And I haven't flown a helicopter in a minute. Missed Whirlybird Wednesday. Been in the middle of the holidays and stuff like that. Kind of busy. So here we are. We're all loaded up. I got about 1.8 hours of fuel, and we are 70 miles to the southeast of Las Vegas in a place called Laughlin, or Bullhead International. And basically, I can tune the VOR for Las Vegas, and we'll fly through the strip and stuff once we get there, or we could just follow Lake Mojave, which should be off the nose at like 2 o'clock there. So, without further ado, actually, I'll pull up a map and show you where we're at exactly. McFaddy, what is up, dude? How you doing? Happy New Year. This is where we're at. Zoom out a little bit. There is McCarran International, and we're going to go to Nellis Air Force Base is up here, and this little marine guy. Probably just follow Lake Mojave up here, which dead ends into the Hoover Dam. I'm not sure what that looks like in game, and I have seen it, but not low level, so probably going to be a little bit different from my helicopter. McFaddy, what did you do for New Year's? Hospital. What happened? Hope nothing too serious. Jeez, everything inside is all painted. Let's go overhead batteries. Anti-collision on. Morning sickness became all-day sickness. Oh, geez. Everything okay? Or is it just like a fluid issue? Double check our collectives down. Throttle is off. How far pregnant is she now? Update and everything has been, it just reset all the sounds, so basically starting over from scratch has been a pain in the ass. Yeah, like I was saying, OBS update reset all of the sound volumes, and I put some stuff up on YouTube from other streams, and it was just awful. So I have no idea what's going on with sound. Small improvements. Keep adjusting. Thanks for helping me out here. Getting better. Bringing it down. Bringing it down. How about now? Jeez. Testing, 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 testing. Let's turn the master volume down a bit. Am I quiet, or is the actual audio from the helicopter quiet? Alright, good. Las Vegas VOR 116.9. Probably not going to be able to pick that up for a little while. Let's see, no deflection on the needle. Altimeter 3039, that is some high pressure, boys. Shoosh. The doctors give your wife some medicine or what? How's she doing? Let's fly this thing. How's she doing now? How long ago was that? Did y'all just get home? I'm going to do this manually. Tower frequency 123.9.
Encore 3469, wind calm, clear to land, runway 23.
Clear to land 23, Encore 3469.
Encore 3469, wind calm, clear to land, runway 23.
Clear to land 23, Encore 3469.
Take off in the taxiway here. Keeper, how you doing, buddy? Happy New Year to you.
869, tower. Go ahead for Jazz 869.
I guess that's what you're supposed to do.
Jazz 869, no delay, line up runway 23, soft climb at 5,000.
Soft climb at 5,000 feet, no delay, line up 23, Jazz 869.
That's the Spirit. That's what I'm looking for.
Go ahead for Jazz 869, just here.
Jazz 869, no delay, line up runway 23, soft climb at 5,000.
Soft climb at 5,000 feet, no delay, line up
McFaddy
23, Jazz
and Keeper, what'd you guys do for New Year's? And McFaddy, how does being a dad, well, I guess future dad, shortly, change your New Year's plans? Obviously, you're not going out and partying and stuff like that. What'd you guys end up doing?
contact ground on FI 119, North 316.
Yeah, actually, I hate New Year's, to be honest. That's one for the books, baby.
Georgia 7316, contact ground on the other side, 219.
Okay, contact ground on FI 119, North 316.
Oh shit. The trim buttons are incredibly sensitive in this thing. Not quite as granular as I want. Jeez.
Hotel 2165, on call 3469.
Exit Hotel 2, contact ground 2165.
Hotel 2165, on call 3469.
We're flying to Las Vegas, which is probably now about 60 miles away. This is, what is this? Lake is
Maple
this?
765, once you're on the tower, wind calm,
Lake Mojave.
runway 24 left.
So eventually this is going to dead end into the Hoover Dam, which is, I guess, like 15 miles to the east of Las Vegas. I just want to fly around on the strip. Maybe land on a... might be. I guess our speed right now is, what, 110 knots? We'll take a second. I got nowhere to be, though. Just 8. There's a big front that's been moving through for the last 2 days. There's actually 2 fronts. There was like an occluded front, so like
Maple 765, once
2
you're on
fronts
the
were
tower,
kind of
wind
catching
calm,
up with each
clear
other
to
and
land,
merging.
runway
The weather's been awful, and it finally cleared up today and was going to go flying, but the winds, I mean, obviously following through in this cold front or whatever, the winds are gusting like 30 knots. And I am not flying no light aircraft in that, boys and girls. Not really much autogen in this region, it's just rocks. Particularly at this altitude. Classic X-plane stuff though. Power lines.
Jazz 869, wind calm, clear takeoff, runway 23.
Clear takeoff, 23, Jazz 869.
I actually went to the airport that day. The METAR didn't seem too bad, and I got there and I got some pie reps from other guys, and they're like, man, it's not worth it. So I actually haven't flown since Tuesday. It's supposed to get better starting tomorrow, though. I'll probably be back up tomorrow. Building them hours. I actually had a pretty good one when we flew the other day. The day before New Year's, we flew to Greenville and back. That's like nice sunset action. Night flying is the best. It's the fronts. I mean, if you could get a stationary front or a relatively stable air mass, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. Like I could fly now in IMC conditions as long as the visibility is probably above, I don't know, maybe I'd probably say safe 700 feet to 1,000 AGL. But it's been these low pressure fronts that move through really fast, and they bring huge winds with them. And it's just not a lot of fun to land in those. I mean, I don't really mind turbulence and bouncing around and stuff like that, but landing's tricky and, I don't know, low level wind shear, not the most fun thing in the world. Yeah, so I mean, the RNAV and the ILS minimums for us to the approaches of our airport, I think, are about 200 feet AGL. So I'd probably be comfortable flying in 1,000 AGL if you're actually an IMC. Just file IFR and then do your flight like normal. Oh shit, wind. Is turbulence simulated that? Motion sick in a car? I don't know. I don't really get motion sick in a car or anything like that, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. And I haven't taken any passengers since I got my license, so I don't know. I was gonna take my mom the other day. had a decent day of weather, and something happened with the landing gear on the plane that I had rented, and the other ones were booked, so I couldn't go. We couldn't go. But I don't think she gets motion sickness either. Not sure where this wind came from. It depends on what plane. The one that I've been flying a Warrior for instrument stuff, and that one's, I think, 120 something an hour, but I'm in this Cherokee flying club, so those planes, I pay like a fee per month, and then those planes are 85 an hour, which is pretty good. Fucking wind, come on, what the hell?
Origin 7313, contact.
Some of the more expensive ones, we have an Arrow, and that's our complex aircraft. It has retractable landing gear and stuff, and so at some point I'm going to have to get 10 hours on that for commercial. So I may do it sooner rather than later, because I can do instrument stuff in that as well, obviously, but I haven't flown it yet. We all know how I am with landing gear.
Turn 796, we know delay, cross runway 24 right, far enough.
Retractable landing gear at
Right,
least.
it's Altair Canada 796.
Look at this fucking thing. Jesus Christ.
Rouge 1876, on a departure on 128.
Okay, that's my Rouge 1876 tonight.
No, so for complex aircraft, you would go get checked out, and you'd do a flight with an instructor or somebody at the school, and then they would give you an endorsement in your logbook that allows you to fly on complex aircraft. Same thing for high-performance aircraft, which are anything over 200 horsepower. So far, nothing. I haven't flown any of those either.
Turn 796, get ready.
What kind of landing gear problems?
Giving way Air Canada 796.
Jazz 614, keep the speed as best you can on the rollout. Next arrival is pretty fast behind you. Wind 310 at 11, gust 16, clear to land runway 23.
Clear to land 23, we'll keep the speed up, thank you guys so far.
Dude, this, I don't know, this might be enough to make me feel motion sick in real life.
Right to Delta 4, Delta, ground 129.
Delta 4, Delta 219 West.
That's nuts. I did see the video of them landing a Harrier where the nose gear wouldn't extend. So they put like some sort of, I guess, a resting device or something that you could land the nose of the aircraft on, and the pilot hovered it down onto that thing. That was pretty impressive. I'm getting better with helicopters, but man, it's hovering, that kind of stuff is really tricky. Let's slow it down too, Jesus Christ.
Quickly dust to 4 vehicles, 729.
Yeah, holy moly. Or at least have your seatbelt on. I'm gonna close those doors back there for those guys before they get tossed out. I'm just gonna, I'll keep the stick centered and see what the wind actually does to it. I'm not gonna fight it. This is without any correction at all.
Tower, hello, Westjet 772, with you to cross the brown talk to the
Not safe, not safe.
Westjet 672, Tower, wind 300 at 10, gust 15, number 2, following.
Gusty wind conditions, apparently.
Land runway 23.
Speaking of somebody who's been getting into helicopters, I seen you, boy. Flying the KA-50. Huey. There we go, now it's calmed down a bit.
Canada 476, contact departure 1288 now, see ya. 476.
His wife's been having morning sickness that turned into all-day sickness.
Canada 129, power all set to go.
You know, type out the whole story. So he's been in the hospital for a little while.
Affirmative, we are ready to go. Runway Air Canada 129. Air Canada 129, the winds are 290 at 7.
Should we go to Hoover Dam first, or go straight to Vegas?
Take off runway 23, Air Canada 129.
Yeah, I figured you want to type that whole thing out again. Could do. That'd be a little bit longer. I'm not sure I got the fuel. We have to make a couple stops, I think. The top right gauge on the right column right there is our fuel.
Canada, line up runway 23.
We're about 900 pounds.
Canada, line up runway 23. Targeting April 7689, clear out on 24. Westjet 254, maintain visual separation, clear takeoff, runway 23. Maintain visual separation, clear takeoff, runway 23, Westjet 254.
Fuel gauge test switch, this one. Oh boy, here comes the wind again. Which, are you talking about the one that actually turned the fuel on?
Air Canada 622, line up and wait from 23. Line up 23, Canada 622.
That little red boy there? The one that says on and off? You gonna flip that?
Maple 7689, Toronto Tower, good.
Well, after we land in Vegas, you bitch. Should have just done a failure stream. By the way, guys, Escape from Tarkov, I don't know if you've seen, has just been blowing up on Twitch. I think I did that once. I don't know if it was in this one or the Hughes 500.
Contact departure 1288 now, see ya.
Try to do a loop.
Canada 129.
Yeah, like almost 300,000 viewers. Some of the streams, like Dr. Disrespect had almost 80,000. Pestilli had about 75. It's been crazy. And the servers are just getting jacked. And I love Tarkov. I play it, I mean, every week. Got a little group of guys that play with on the weekends. Well, technically it's been in beta for, you know, a couple years, and the last patch was probably the one that's gotten it closest to full release. There's a lot of implementation and stuff that they've been talking about years, like the hideout and everything. So I guess they're getting ready for maybe 1.0.
Takeoff 23 or Canada 622. Air Canada 787 heavy, good evening, line up runway 23.
Kinda.
Good evening, line up runway 23, Air Canada 787.
It's definitely, it's got a niche. Like, I like milsim games, but it doesn't really feel like milsim. It feels just like a hardcore shooter. For masochists. Fucking wind, Jesus. Is the whole country just getting blown to shit right now with wind? It's the weather like that in Michigan right now. The thermal scopes are where it's at, man. Almost 50 degrees, that's tropical. No snow on the ground, I'm guessing. I don't know how people live in climates like that, man. I can't deal with cold. True. Didn't actually look at the temperature in Las Vegas today. And these don't feel like, I guess the thermal stuff, you'd see a lot of fluctuation on the VSI. Oh, there you go. I guess there is some. I don't know, man. I lived in Korea for 10 years, and I don't think I ever got used to cold temperatures. We were just talking about flying Warriors in bumpy
Air Canada
weather.
642, contact departure 128.8 by now.
288, Air Canada 622.
Smoother down here. Sometimes I kind of like that stuff unless you're trying to do something in particular, like maneuvers or whatever. If you're just joyriding. Is that during the summer? Or is that just mechanical turbulence from the mountains?
Maple 7689, Charlie 2 and ground 21.9. Charlie 229, good night, Maple 7689.
Yeah, during the summer there was a few days where it just was not fun to do anything flying. Those days, really beautiful days where the sky is really clear and there's puffy clouds, those are actually the worst fucking days to fly.
Air Canada 381, line up the
Turbulent air sweeps all of the, dust and debris away, which is why you get good visibility. The cumulus clouds mean that there's essentially lift being generated by thermal activity and moisture, so you get bumped around pretty good. He's got a commander? Or had a commander? That's awesome. How old were you when you did that?
Mike 5 ground 127.15. 127.15 Air Canada 032.
Damn, dude. Only one time? I'm kind of surprised, honestly. I figured Florida would have a lot more, convective stuff than we do. 안녕하십니까. 백영희 기사. Yes. 내가 미국 사람 하지만 10년간 대한민국에 살래.
28 here, clear takeoff 23, wish at 1220.
Welcome to the stream. We are trying to fly to Las Vegas at the moment. I'm kind of surprised. Like when I lived in Korea, there was a lot of Koreans that stopped by because twitching, I guess, during those prime hours there. It's a little bit more rare now.
Clear takeoff 23, wish at 1220.
Mario? Already started forgetting all my Korean. Alright, let's fly through this bad boy, eh? No, I don't think so. You mean translate to Korean? I guess there's a few flight sim enthusiasts in Korea as well.
FedEx 233 Heavy, line up runway 23.
Lots of white runway 23, FedEx 233 Heavy.
FedEx 233 Heavy, line up runway 20.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Lots of weight, runway 23, FedEx 233 Heavy.
But that's not actually how you pronounce it, so no. I think you put that. It is 1:37 p.m.
Start low, Canada 523 is a mile from NOAA. Air Canada 523, turn number 2, there's 319 touching down, clear to land, runway 248. Clear line to right, Canada 523.
Aiden, how's the KA-50 treating you? Getting better at helicopters? Kisa, you can download a free demo of X-Plane.
523 is a mile from NOAA. Air Canada 523, turn number 2, there's 319 touching down, clear to land.
Is there any sort of stability augmentation system for DCS? So I just realized that the Bell 407 has that easier also, and it made flying it a lot easier. This though, no controls for this thing. Gotta be getting close to Vegas, I'm guessing.
6233 Heavy, contact departure 1288 in the air, clear takeoff runway 23.
1288 airborne, clear takeoff runway 23, FedEx 233 Heavy.
The KA-50 is two-pilot, right? I mean, I guess it's got a pilot and like a weapons officer or something like that.
233 Heavy, contact departure 1288 in the air, clear takeoff runway 23.
Kisa, yes, but private pilot.
1288 airborne, clear takeoff runway 23, FedEx 233 Heavy.
Working on commercial. I guess instrument. Feels weird to say that.
United 476, next right,
So I guess that's why it has all the autopilot
right
controls.
Delta 4, ground 219. Charlie 4, Delta 4, ground 29, unit 477.
I also don't fly helicopters in real life. Nor would I ever. I don't think.
United 476, next right, Charlie 4, and then continue right into Delta 4.
Third person view, here you go.
21.
Target Air Canada 705, no inbound.
705, number 2, 2.5 behind at Embraer, your boat 40 knots faster, wind 20.
Could have just asked, dude. We're working it out.
Clear land 248, respond Air Canada 705.
We're gonna get some altitude and see if we can pick up the Las Vegas VOR here. 'Cause I'm not really sure what direction we're going.
Target Air Canada 705, no inbound.
Channel 5, number 2, 2.5 behind at Ember, your boat 40 knots faster, winds 1806, clear flying 248.
Clearland 248, respond our 705.
Yeah, we're going to Las Vegas. Might have to speed up some ground time. Let's have a look at them. Oh, shit. Pull up the map here real quick. See where we are at. Oh, dude, we're really close.
Exit Charlie 2, join Echo, contact ground on 21.9.
The FM radio?
Echo ground there, 5, 23.
Bud? 당연하지. 맛있어요.
53, exit Charlie 2, join Echo, contact ground on 21.9.
Charlie 2, Echo ground there, 5, 23.
I think everyone, even Americans, know kimchi. It's very famous food. We have, I live in Georgia, and there's like something called Hanaro Mart. No, what is it called? I don't know, there's like a giant Korean store. You can pretty much buy anything that you can find in Korea here. Hanaro Mart. I think Vegas is, so we're coming up on the Hoover Dam, so Vegas should be like 10 or 11 o'clock.
Encore 3522, caution wake turbulence, MD-11 departed ahead, air marcher left heading 180, wind calm.
In fact, I think that jumbled mess down there that has like 8,000 power lines is the Hoover Dam. So we're getting close. Let's go give her a buzz. Yeah, I told you I lived there for 10 years. I actually just moved back. Shark1342, thanks for the follow. I just moved back to the States in August, so haven't been here for too long. Kisa, where in Korea do you live?
Canada 139, line up runway 23.
I lived in Ulsan.
Canada 139, line up runway 23.
Canada 139.
Busan, that's my favorite city in Korea. Daegu, yeah, of course. I think one of the last cities that I visited before I left was Daegu, because there's like a shooting center there, and I took one of my Korean friends to go shoot shotguns. Ah, Daegu, very hot and very cold. 당연하지. Yeah, I used to play in a band in Korea, so we played in Daegu a few times.
Take off flight 3 there, Can 139.
Really good gopchang restaurant near Sichang. Holy moly, look at this. This is like X-Plane wet dream right here. Load every single power cable all at once. Fuck's sake, Jesus. There's Hoover Dam. Jesus Christ. I need to screenshot this. Jesus, what the f- Oh my god. Alright, let's go downtown. Where'd that road go? Follow the power cables into town. mean, I guess it does produce hydroelectric energy, but it seems a little overkill, X-Plane.
Wind 1907, clear to land 24 right.
Clear land 24 right, WestJet 156.
One thing I'm not good at with helicopters is like anti-torque pedal control. I always forget to follow the ball and end up just way uncoordinated.
Tower WestJet 156, land 24 right.
American TV show? Man, guys, I don't know, chat. What's a good American TV show? I don't really watch a lot of TV, to be honest. But I would say historically my favorite TV show, and I think probably one of the best television shows that was ever on TV, is The Wire. But you definitely need subtitles. Fox News. Classic.
Encore 3522, call departure on 28.
Hey, Encore 3522.
Survivor's a good one. Oh wait, is that the elimination show? I'm thinking of like Survivor Man. Les Stroud, that guy was awesome.
Encore 3522, call departure on 28.
Hey, Encore 3522.
Survivor Woman? Who is that? I've never heard of that. Or Survivor Man, you're talking about Les Stroud still. Misread that. He kind of went off the deep end though. Well, let me rephrase that. He had like an experience where he thought that he encountered Bigfoot, and then now he quit doing Survivor Man and he does like a Bigfoot chasing show. There's nothing wrong with that, but I kind of miss like the old stuff. You didn't hear about that? I'll see if I can find some YouTube videos later. Yeah, he had an experience while he was camping once, and he's like, I'm pretty sure that I encountered Bigfoot, and ever since then, he's basically been chasing Sasquatch. I don't think so. He talked about it, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, which, you know, it's kind of hit or miss, but he talked about it pretty in-depth on there. That was a few years ago.
Aircat 705, exit right, high speed,
we need
Charlie
to
4, ready to get
cover these
Delta 4, and then call ground on 21.
34 Delta 4, 21 Aircraft 7
Yeah, I was a teacher. And I quit to try to be a pilot. So far, so good. Could be, though. I would say that show probably not making very much money. No one's heard of it, you know? I don't think it was very successful. Plus, I think there was already another couple Sasquatch TV shows, wasn't there? Chasing Bigfoot or some shit like that. Oh, here we go, boys. I remember when I was a kid, Discovery Channel had actual real documentaries on it and stuff now. Now it's just trash. Like motorcycles. There you go. Look at that.
4228, wind calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear, wind calm, clear for takeoff 23, 4228.
Are the Joe Rogan interviews time-stamped? If you could find a place so you could go straight to the Bigfoot conversation. Alright guys, where should I land this thing? We're going to land in a few places inside the strip. Well, slow down, buddy. Slow her down.
Washington 2690, line up 23, confirm the Embraer site for visual departure.
Oh,
Okay,
cool,
Eagle
yeah.
Riding at 23.
Reese's talking about his Bigfoot experience. Which sounds compelling. I mean, I don't, like, Les Stroud doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who would make that stuff up. But, yeah, I just don't know why you'd throw away a pretty decent career to do that instead.
Okay, you going right away.
Riding at 23, Embraer site west, jet 2690.
Land on the pyramid in LV. Look, man, my skills, you know where I'm at helicopter-wise. We'll have a look and see what the top actually looks like. That's probably going to be a no, fam. Long way round. No, it sounds familiar, though. What is that?
In 139, contact departure on 28.
139.
In 139, contact departure on 28.
139.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I have not seen it, but I think I was following that when they first started doing it. I just never saw any of the episodes and stuff that they put together. What was their, I mean, if you could, like, what's the gist of their route? Which way did they go? And I'm guessing there were some ocean ferries in there. I don't know how else you would have done that.
Washington 156, exit Charlie 4,
Hey, there's us.
Delta 4, there'll be a vehicle crossing further down, contact ground on 219.
Charlie 4.
Vegas, baby.
Washington 156, exit Charlie 4, then join Delta 4. there'll be a
Man, I'd say
vehicle
about
crossing
5
further down,
minutes.
contact ground on 219.
There's the city. Just gotta find some places to land. Aiden saying pyramid, I'm not sure I got the skills to do that. I suck at flying helicopters in general, but I'm really bad at landing. The problem is, so the way helicopters work, essentially, the collective, which is down here by your left leg, it works kind of like your prop RPM on a fixed RPM plane. It changes the pitch of the blade, so the more lift that you're creating, the more torque that it creates. So as you're lowering the collective to land, the sort of input that you do on the anti-torque pedals, the left and right down here, changes, which is really hard to keep track of.
Washington 2766, line up 23, key company site for visual departure.
Line up 23, company site, west jet 2766.
You just need to fall. Okay, alright. That's how most of my landings were at first. I'm getting, there's a little bit more finesse
Line
now.
up 23, key company site for visual departure.
Alright, let's go direct to
Line up 23, company site, west
fly
jet
around
2766.
through here, this road. We'll fly over McCarran. Turn on the landing light so they know we're coming. Landing lights, extend. And landing light on, there we go.
Extra dive cross 6 left.
Now we're legal, right?
Crossing 6. Extra dive cross 6 left and onto runway 06 right. Crossing 6 left, proceeding 6 right, selection 35.
Let me use that on the instrument check ride.
4228, call departure on 288.
28-8, good day.
Anything that starts with R's.
4228, call departure on 288.
You got lots of option, boys. Alright, there's the pyramid. If there's a flat spot on the top, we'll give her the old college try. We'll come in from the north, I'll swing around and then we'll fly through the strip.
Flight Air Canada 405, no islands, too far.
405, winds are calm, clear to land 240.
Well, we'll drop you off. Sure, there's probably some strip clubs in Las Vegas, right?
Flight Air Canada 405, no islands, too far.
405, winds are calm, clear to land 240.
Good line, too far, Air Canada 405.
I mean, I doubt it.
Russia 2766, wind calm, maintain visual separation, clear to
Strip clubs are expensive, man.
Clear to go to 3 and visual
Also,
separation.
pretty awkward. Not a huge fan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the states, right? I don't think there's a state where they're illegal. Wait, well, technically, there's places where hookers are legal. What was that show about? What was that? It's like a bunny ranch or something? Isn't that in Las Vegas somewhere?
Russia 2766, wind calm,
Oh,
maintain
Reno,
visual
maybe?
separation, clear to take off runway 23.
I mean, if there was a place in the United States where prostitution was legal, it would definitely be around there. Are we past McCarran already? I guess it's over there.
05351,
Yeah, there's
line
Las
up
Vegas
23,
Airport.
keep Western side for visual departure, I'll get you going right away.
Roger, 23 lines away, we'll keep the flight 6351.
No, there are no strip clubs in Korea, at least not that I know of. Maybe Gisa can tell us otherwise.
05351, line up 23, keep Western side for visual departure.
But there are
I'll get you
basically
going
these
right away.
places where, like, you know, business guys will go and they'll pay young girls to hang out with them at their table and laugh at their jokes and stuff, which is kind of the same thing. Some of those girls end up being a little handsy. Also a little creepy. Yeah, exactly. Viva Las Vegas.
2690, call departure on 288.
Okay, so what's it, 20 minutes?
Where's the entrance to the strip? I want to make a sharp turn in here. I'm not sure I can do that.
2690, call departure on 288.
Okay, so what's it, 20 minutes?
For 5351, wind calm, maintain visual separation, clear takeoff runway 23.
So takeoff runway 23, maintain visual separation, Denver 6351.
Seattle now, we're about to be in France too.
So takeoff runway 23.
Where is the strip? I think it's on the other side of these buildings. Jayu, Jayu. Here we go, boys. Fuck yeah. When we get FS 2020, imagine how this will look then. Now we're coming up on France.
23 from the RJ inside for visual departure. It'll be the noise 2 today, so I can do a visual behind you.
Noise 2, line up 3 in target, inside Air Canada 406, line up 3.
We're looking for the pyramid. That's where we're trying to land first. There we go. Now we're in New York. Made it to JFK for you, Keeper. We're gonna go all the way to the end because I want to see if that Las Vegas sign is in here. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If it's really that good, the question is, am I going to be willing to just sacrifice all of the work and money that I've spent on X-Plane and just start over? I think the answer is yes.
Those two line up, 3 target, slider, Canada, 4.
They need to have some helicopters, though. I have come to enjoy flying these things. Oh, there's the Vegas sign.
So 2766, contact departure on 28.
Clean, 66.
Yeah! Alright. There she is.
So 2766, contact departure on 28.
Clean, 66.
That's where I'm at. Were you part of the Tech Alpha? And I guess you probably, I'm assuming that you'd be able to say if you were. The hotel, is that real? So can you give your impressions? I mean, or is that outside of your purview? Oh yeah, we're definitely not gonna land it on that, boys. Secondary target, secondary target.
Canada 406, wing com, maintain visual separation, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear takeoff 23, Canada 406, and visual.
Alright, where are we landing this thing? Also, vortex ring state is a thing in this helicopter. Where is the MGM Grand? Did I pass it? Is it back here, or is it... I don't really know that much about Vegas, to be honest. I'm not a gambler. I've never really been tempted to go to Las Vegas. I'll have a look around. Oh, MGM Grand is the hotel. That should be easy enough to do.
Canada 406, wing com, maintain visual separation, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear takeoff 23, Canada 406, and visual.
At 657, no delay to position runway 23, keep your Canada set for visual departure, you'll be going right away.
Okay, no delay, we'll keep your Canada in sight, line up only, West 657.
Will we sink through it? That's the question.
West at 657,
Yeah,
no
no,
delay
don't
to
do
position
that.
runway 23, keep your Canada set for
We're
visual
gonna move
departure,
forward a
you'll be
little
going
bit.
right away.
Okay, no delay, we'll keep your Canada in sight, line up only, West 657.
No, gonna sink through that too. How about, let's try Mandalay Bay.
35 all the way to the end, left on Delta 7, and then on 24 right full length.
Okay, to the end, on Delta 7, and then on 24 right.
See you later. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. 안녕하세요. 잘 가요. Easy,
Section
easy.
35 all the way to the end, left on Delta 7, and then on 24 right full length.
Nope, gonna sink through that one too.
And then on 24 right.
I don't think we can land on any of these buildings. Let's
Number 5351, call departure on
go
28.
back through here.
Departure, Endeavor 5351.
Which one? greenish blue building with a slant. What? Oh. Guessing this thing. Oh yeah, I got it. I see it. Let's try it. We'll give her a go. Go roof first, and if that doesn't work, maybe we can land down there in the bottom.
Departure, Endeavor 5371.
Yeah, I got it, smart ass. I'm not a huge fan of, what was that game called? Aerofly FS2. I mean, it was really good, especially in VR, but you could land on the buildings there in the R22. Oh, shit.
405, Charlie 4, Delta 4, ground 219.
Take two, take two.
Okay, Charlie 4 Delta 4, ground 219, Air Canada.
Too much sync rate. I don't think so, man.
Charlie 4, Delta 4, ground 219.
Okay, Charlie 4 Delta 4, ground 219, Air Canada, 405.
Gotcha. Have a good one, Keeper. We'll see you soon. Is there anything in the strip that I can land on? Octagon platform back there.
Challenger going further down.
Okay, line up 23 check mark. Canada
107. 107, line up and wait runway 23, have been number 3 for departure. I got the Westjet and then the Challenger going further down.
Okay, line up 23 check mark. Canada 107.
Yep.
And 406, contact departure on 2080.
Where's this thing today?
How am I supposed to land this thing? On the ground? Like a pleb?
And 406, contact departure on 2080.
Where's this thing today?
Wood at 60, line up runway 23 Bravo, keep that rolling, Westjet site for visual departure. I'll have you going right away.
23 Bravo, we'll keep Westjet aside for Novajet 16.
Wood at 60, line up runway 23 Bravo, keep that rolling, Westjet site for visual departure. I'll have you going right away.
23 Bravo, we'll keep Westjet aside for Novajet 16.
Just go to North Las Vegas, whatever that airport is. Like 10 miles northwest of here.
Enter Canada 107, do you see that Challenger lining up at Bravo intersection on the north side?
Affirmative, Air Canada 107.
They're all planning on a visual departure behind it.
Roger.
What's that ping thing where? Did I miss it? That would be another feat of skill that I don't think I have. If this train's going the same way, I'll give her a go. Start slowing her down.
We're at 60, the winds are 2006, maintain visual separation from WestJet from Bravo, clear takeoff, runway 23.
Okay, visual separation, clear for takeoff, 23 from Bravo.
Oh, the train's disappearing. Fucking X-plane. Oh, there's another one up there.
We're at 60, the winds are
Giant
2006,
pink building.
maintain visual separation from WestJet
This
from
train's
Bravo,
going the other
clear
way.
takeoff, runway 23.
Okay, visual separation, clear for takeoff, 23
U-turn.
from Bravo, Nova Jet 16.
Gotta go back that way anyway. That is fucking skill, boys.
That's 657, contact departure on
Who
188.
is your daddy?
28, watch it, 657.
Oh, I think I see the building you're talking about. Alright, here we go, fam. No, it disappeared. Piece of shit. Oh, it's disappearing because the other train is coming. Alright, let's see. This guy disappears. Yep. I'll just keep heading back that way.
That's 657, contact departure on 188.
28, watch it, 657.
Another 107, wind calm, maintain visual separation from the Challenger, clear takeoff, runway 23.
Clear takeoff, 23, went to the Challenger site here, Canada 107.
Another 107, wind calm, maintain visual separation from the Challenger, clear takeoff, runway 23.
Clear takeoff, 23, went to the Challenger site here, Canada 107.
I'm guessing that's the building you're talking about. Let's give her a go. Looks like something out of Rick and Morty.
Watch that 305, line up runway 23.
Stop runway 23, watch it, 305.
It's not really the texture, it's hard to see.
Watch that 305,
Trying to
line
land
up
on
runway
this
23.
top part.
Stop runway 23, watch it, 305.
I want to give landing on a train a go, but the train keeps disappearing. See? Oh, looks like we're gonna sink through that too. Yep. Alright, one more go on the train and then I'm gonna land at an airport. Need to find a train
Nova Jet
first.
60, call departure now on 28.
28, Nova Jet 60.
Or what about a high, like a truck?
Nova Jet 60, call departure now on 28.
28, Nova Jet 60.
This is a train track? I don't see any trains. We give the old truck landing a try. I need you to speed up, bud. light poles.
Set 305, wind calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear takeoff 23, what's that 305?
Set 305, wind calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Clear takeoff 23, what's that 305?
He's driving through the light poles, so are we. Come in, boy. Whoa, police car. I need to give a revisit to that. What's that? The Quantum River where it has a little helipad up there.
Confirm company inside for official departure. I'll get
A
you
little bit
on
better
our
at helicopters now, so we'll be able to do that.
With company, let's say 11.
Come here, man. Getting closer. Harder than it looks. Wait, Fox Island has a helipad? I lost the truck. Where'd he go? There he is. I'm just gonna get in here and touch him, see if we can not sink through. Glitched, buddy. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. I apologize for this shit.
Atlanta 23, with company, let's say 11.
Oh god, oh god. See if we can touch it. Come here, come here. Now it looks like we're gonna sink through him too. Yeah, that's a big no. There's a car in where? In the truck? It's like regular old boring landing. What about these guys? These look pretty solid.
28, good job, have a nice day. Yep.
These Lego looking things. A little disappointed with X-Plane today. Dude, if we can't land on these, I quit. Oh boy, vortex ring stake.
Call departure on 28.
28, good job, have a nice day.
Yep.
Oh boy. Not a helicopter pilot.
Set 1100, maintain visual separation, wind calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Yeah, there's a note there too.
Clear takeoff 23, let's say 11.
Well, normally it's a good thing when you're
Set 1100,
flying
maintain
through it
visual
at
separation,
200 miles
wind
an
calm,
hour in a
clear takeoff runway
737,
23.
but I'd say that this is the one time where I wanted the scenery to be solid. Park it in front of the Vegas sign. Piper Arrow in real life or in the game? And which one are you talking about? I have the Piper Turbo Arrow 3 by Just Flight. If that's what you're talking about, I like it. Just Flight's good.
Get 706, line up runway 23, confirm what's inside for visual, I'll get you going right away.
Okay, we do west and line up 23, here, Canada 706.
I was actually going to fly that today and try some instrument approaches because we didn't get to fly in real life, but decided to do helicopters instead. Where's the Vegas sign? There she is. I don't know, they're good airplanes, but to be honest, like the low-wing planes really suck at, oh shit,
Okay, we do
at gliding. Like when you do your engine out procedures and stuff like that, and you trim in for best glide, it's kind of disheartening to see what your actual glide is. They look cool though. Come on, land it, baby. Whew. My hands are sweating. Jesus.
Okay, 165, line up runway 23, keep the company 320 safe for official
I'm gonna
departure.
go back.
Going right away.
Okay, line up
The
runway
truck action go.
23, we'll keep company flight for Canada 165.
Actually, the Arrow has wider wings than the Cherokee does. So the Warriors glide further. I think our glide speed in the Warrior is 75, and the best glide in the Cherokee is 85. I can't remember off the top of my head how much longer the wingspan is on the Arrow, but it obviously does something for the plane. Oh, just kidding. I want to land on a train in an X-plane, because I don't think it's possible. Is that Hooters? Yeah, buddy. I know there's a Hooters hotel. If you land on a train in DCS, you're gonna have to get a video, because I don't think I'm gonna believe it otherwise. I'd also be curious. I want to know what the Huey is like in DCS, flight model wise versus X-plane. Like if it's easier or harder, if they're pretty comparable. Thanks, Squid. Thanks for stopping by. See you later, buddy. If you get to fly an Arrow, holla back. Let us know how it is. Shit. Where are you flying today? What are you doing? What are you working on? Is it not windy down there by you guys too? Hi kid, what's up baby? Are you doing cross countries or are you just working on like approaches or something? What are you doing?
Okay, 165, line up runway 23, keep the company 320 safe for official departure. I'll get you going right away.
Okay, line up runway 23, we'll keep company flight for Canada 165.
50 miler. Hopefully I'll be doing that tomorrow. I gotta find some new airports to go to. I'm getting sick of going to the same 3. Where are you going for the 250 miler? This is not vanilla scenery, but this is a free, I think it's called like Las Vegas Extreme VFR or something. It's on the forums. It's free. Actually, I'll pull it up. I'll see if I can find it. Explain Las Vegas VFR. See what we get. I think it is this one. Yeah, so, I mean, it's like that for all the cross countries, yeah? You're just building your cross country hours, I'm guessing? Sam, what up, dude? Oh, here we go. Now we're getting into the train territory. I don't think the trains are going to render in the replays, though. You have to file, I guess. You going with your instructor? You doing IFR? Get to the chopper. It doesn't seem too bad.
Shed 1100, contact departure on 28.8. Shed 1100.
I was actually going to do an IFR flight the first time in real IMC. It was pouring down rain, and did like the whole pre-flight, got soaked, then got in, and then we started the plane, and the fuel pressure gauge, something was wrong with the fuel pressure gauge. I'm assuming it's the gauge. It just like shot all the way up past the red line and didn't come back down. I guess we're not doing that today. Seriously though, on a scale of 1 to 10, how impressed are you guys with my helicopter skills now? Where were you before? Long trip. Boy, are my arms tired. I think my voice is low, man. I was telling them earlier. OBS had an update and just everything refreshed, so it's all jacked up now. I'll turn this down, turn this up. Is that any better? Can you hear me now? Well, we're glad you're back. Alright. Yeah, dude, the sound was totally jacked at the beginning of the stream. Alright, let's do this. Cancel the replay. I think the RPMs are still up where they need to be. Yep. Yeah, I had to take a break, man. My hands were getting all sweaty. Oh, Jesus. Stressful flying helicopters. Airplanes, point and go, man. It's just one direction, no big deal. A little bit of rudder, trim it out, you're good. What did you fly back from England? Let's all guess. I'm guessing it was a twin. I'm gonna say a 777 or a 787. Do helis have autopilot? Some of them do. This one, this is like the original UH-1H. So in real life, I don't think that this one has a autopilot. But in the sim, you can hand it over to the co-pilot. You can use the directional gyro and the compass heading bug to fly. 777. Oh, you've flown a 747. That's weird. Actually, I can fire up the Bell 407 real quick. Let me fly to an airport. That one has real autopilot. Oh, you were first class upstairs? I've never been in first first class on the upstairs part of a 747. One of the last times I flew back from Korea, I had business class, which was pretty kick-ass, but it was on the downstairs part.
1851, Windcom, maintain visual separation, clear takeoff runway 23.
What the fuck is going on with this train?
Windcom, maintain visual separation, clear takeoff runway 23. Clear takeoff, visual separation.
Whoa, how did you get jump seat? How does that work?
Caution, jump left in the 6-7, take your time to line up runway 23, that'll be the light for terminal. Alright, we'll take your time to line up 23.
Hook a brother up, jeez. That has to be like bucket list material right there. That's awesome. I think we're going the right direction. Should be. Ooh, looks like a helipad back there, and another one right there. Let's just land right here. That's called synchronicity, guys. Yeah, dude, spread the wealth. We're all gonna need a little bit of that action.
248, caution, jump left in the 6-7, take your time to line up runway 23, that'll be the light for terminal. Alright, we'll take your time to line up 23, west jet, 40.
Oh god.
Get another 165, contact departure 1288. 2080, okay, 165.
As you can see, not a professional helicopter pilot yet.
Get another 165, contact departure 1288. 2080, okay, 165.
Easy, easy. Fucking easy. Oh yeah, beautiful.
35, contact left, Rouge, cross.
See what that looked like. Probably not pretty. Right on the H though. Bitches. What's the view like from the jump seat? Do you have any pictures? Anything that you can share here? Link us, baby. That's true. That's true. I told you that's why I'm afraid to fly the actual Arrow in real life. That's what checklists are for, though. Never use those in a sim, but I'm pretty good with them in real life. Gotcha. There's where we almost died. This one, man, this is hard to hover. I'm decent with the 407 with the stability augmentation. I'll fire that guy up in a second. I've had worse landings. Do I have any idea how you got a jump seat? No, I have no clue. If I did, I would have a jump seat every flight. All right, let's go. Flight configuration. Where are we close to? KGVT? Is that? No. DGT. There we go. North Las Vegas. Here's my helipad. Yeah, baby. Let's do the news helicopter. How about that? If it was, McFaddy would be jump seating every damn flight. Did you bring a box cutter and then go into the cockpit, just be like, Yallah Akbar? I heard that's one way to get into a cockpit. Here we go. This is one of the coolest helicopters for X-Plane, by the way. If you're into helicopters, worth the $30 or whatever it was. Remove ties and caps, get there. Couple loud noises. Earphone users beware. Anti-collision light. There we go. I think that's it for the alarms. Down here, fuel pump. Get the fuel going. Here we go. There we go. Generator, avionics.
Tower 7975, approach runway 23.
7975, heavy tower, dash 8 traffic departing, calm, clear to land, runway 23.
Clear to land, runway 23, 7975.
Oh, your brother was the first officer. That's why. Alright, uncage that guy.
Sunwing 627, Delta 4, cross runway 24 right.
Delta 4 cross 24 right, Sunwing 67.
Alright, so down here, this is the autopilot panel. Stability augmentation system. I think that they fly with this on pretty much the entire time. Normally, if you're like flying, like if you know, scud running near roads and stuff, I would turn it off because it gives you a little bit more control over the aircraft. But for takeoffs and landings, it definitely helps. I'll wait for that guy to kick on, and then it should say cyclic centering. It does. So it kind of dampens the inputs. All right.
Sunwing 627, Delta 4, cross runway 24 right.
Delta 4 cross 24 right, Sunwing 67.
Which way is Vegas?
Tower through 1623, island 24 left.
1623, heavy Toronto tower, 175 passenger mile final, calm, clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, through 1623.
This one's a lot faster than the Huey. Jesus. Buzz the tower.
Tower through 1623, island 24 left.
1623, heavy Toronto tower, 175 passenger mile final, calm, clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, through 1623.
So it's also got force trim as well. I mean, right now it's trimmed out pretty well, but essentially I think force trim, when you hold the button, which... There you go. If you hold that button, I think it trims the aircraft in that position. So I'm going to do this. Let me get it level. Kind of makes that the new zeroed position. So hold the force trim there. If I let go, now it's, I mean, it's mostly centered there. At least I think that's how force trim works.
Jazz 869, contact departure 1.
Oh, dude, it makes flying it so much easier than the Huey.
Delta 423, heavy tower, crossing terminal 787, rolling out, calm, clear to land, runway 23.
Let's try to hover it now. Blow it down.
14 feet.
Alright, see how stable I can get this thing.
7651, contact ground 1219.
Pilot 9, 7651, good day.
There you go, baby. See, that's not too bad. Now I'm going to turn the stability augmentation system off. Alright, now it's off. I got to retrim. Oh, shit. I got to retrim. So I'm going to try to hover it again with the stability augmentation off. There's a lot more control inputs going on now. I mean, it's so hard to get used to, but once you start to get the hang of it, they're really fun. I mean, normally when I get into X-Plane, it's like cross-country, point A to point B flying in airplanes, or practicing landings or something, but I feel like I could just jump into a helicopter and, you know, have fun for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever it is. So this is with the augmentation off. Now we'll start going forward a little bit. So with the stability augmentation on, when you make a bank, you have to keep the bank input in to hold the bank angle, but with this one, with the stability augmentation off, it's like kind of like an airplane. There's no control centering. So you can roll it, and it'll kind of keep that pitch for you. Particularly if the weather system and the wind is as good as they're making it out to be. You know, we talked a lot about how active sky was such a huge improvement for X-Plane, but I mean, this kind of feels like the next step, I hope. That looked really cool, yeah. I'm curious to see what X-Plane is going to do.
Tower, good afternoon, on course 5419, is 50 cleared to the ILS 24 left.
419, tower, caution, 767, traffic short mile.
It is, we're switching to, someone asked about autopilot on helicopters, so I switched to this one because it has, actually I'll show you that. We'll do, let me climb a little bit, turn the stability augmentation on again, and let me trim it. Alright, force trim. Alright, so you can turn on, now let me sync up the heading here. Go heading mode and altitude hold. Now I take my feet off the rudders. And it's holding altitude and heading, and you can control it with the heading bug, just like you would with an airplane. It is the dream foil. But I'm going to disconnect those guys. We'll go heading off, altitude off, and fly this bad boy. If you want to get into helicopters, get the, there's a reality upgrade kind of version of the MD500. And if you can get good with that, I mean, that one's pretty twitchy. If you can get good with that one, then pretty much everything else is going to be easy. It just takes practice, though. Once you get past the initial frustration, they become a lot of fun. The cyclic is the joystick. So for the joystick, I just use that as, you know, the joystick that I'm using, and then I'm using the throttle for the collective down here. So throttle forward to go up, and back to go down, and then the RPM. I've got the on the T16000 throttle. There's like the little wheel on the side, and I use that for throttle. But this one, as well as the Huey, they have throttle governors, and the MD500. So basically, you just go full throttle, and it keeps the RPMs right there in that little band. So you don't really have to worry about it. You just go full throttle, and then you can use the collective to control the prop pitch, or the rotor pitch. Actually, I'm going to get down. Let me land this thing. I think this is pretty cool. It does with the Huey as well, but it's really cool to see the actual gears working these things. Whoa, baby. Oh, boys. Ooh. Didn't touch down. It was good. Just that ring state before we touch down. Let's turn these guys off. Stability augmentation off. And fuel cut off. Alright, check this out. When you look at the rotor disc, and you can see this on the Huey as well, I'm not sure what it looks like on the Hughes. So if you push the cyclic forward, which controls your forward and backwards, it decreases the lift on the front blade and increases on the back to push the helicopter forward, and it's the same when you turn. So if you turn to the left, it decreases the lift on that side, it increases the lift on the opposite side, and back, right? So this is with the collective all the way down. So when you lift the collective up, you can see it changes the pitch of the rotor blades to create more lift, and that's why it's taking bigger bites out of the air, right? And that it changes the torque of the aircraft, so it starts rotating the other way. So depending on where your collective is set, as you start to take off, you have to move the anti-torque pedals around to compensate the torque that's being generated on the main rotor. So we'll take a look at the anti-torque prop back here and see if we can see that move with the rudder pedals. So here's right rudder and left rudder. I think that's awesome. That is really cool. This is an amazing model. What is the mechanism that controls those movements? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a helicopter pilot. I know that this thing is called a Frau damper. It's apparently loaded with springs, and it kind of absorbs the individual oscillations of the rotor blades, but I have no idea what the thing's called. Swash plate. There we go. Learn something new every day. Let's watch a replay, and then I'm going to GTFO. Let's go back to the beginning of... Oh shit, this is nice. Here we go. So you should be able to see the rotor disc change as we lift the collective when we're about to take off. Get it, girl. If you do it, we're going to see pictures or proof of some kind. Otherwise, I'm simply not going to believe you. Also, what's Austin from X-Plane, if you can work on that, so you make trains that we can land on with helicopters, please? That'd be great. Alright, hear the RPMs coming up there, and I think I moved the cyclic around a little bit before we took off, so no, that's about to happen. That is true. I don't need it for, well, I would say that the buildings, like if you have helicopters in your sim, it seems like you could at least make the roof landable, you know what I mean? The sides of the buildings can still be clippable. Yeah, but DCS has missiles and bombs and stuff. You're blowing stuff up anyway. Here we go, boys. It's almost like a professional's flying that thing. When is the next stream? Maybe tomorrow evening. For me. Is there anything in particular you guys want to see? I haven't really been streaming a lot recently because it's been into the holidays, but holla. What time GMT would be about, let's say maybe like 11 p.m., 2300 Zulu. The tower flyby. Here we go. $11 p.m. GMT, yeah, probably. Should be flying tomorrow, but it might be earlier. It depends on when I get back. I don't really know what's going on flight-wise tomorrow for me. Also, man, luxury in here. Look at that thing. This is one. This is crazy. Here's our hover. This would be so much harder in the Huey than it is in this thing. You sound like a lawnmower. How's that make you feel? Does that hurt your feelings? You ever think about how the helicopter feels, Aiden? Huh? Well, that's when I turned off the stability augmentation. And now we're flying. What is that pink building in real life? Does anybody know? It's not a Rick and Morty gag. Might be. It's a schleem. Does anybody watch Rick and Morty? Or am I the only one? In here. Obviously other people watch it. Where do we land? Let's do a little landing camera, and then I'm out of here, you bitches. No offense. Except to Aiden. There looks like there's some texture on it. I don't think it's a missing texture. It's reflective when you get closer. I think we landed somewhere over here. There we are. How is Melon doing with helicopters? Oh, see, it's a real building. I've never been to Vegas, and to be really honest, I don't really have any desire to go. Everybody sucks at helicopters when they first start flying them, right? What's crazy to think about is like in the Korean War when they first started flying them, or in Vietnam when there were no simulations to prepare someone for it. How do you freaking teach someone to fly a helicopter? I mean, airplanes make more sense. Those still would be difficult, but man. So I did end up landing one. That's something. That's a win. That goes in the win column for sure. In flight, it's perfectly fine. It flies almost identically to an airplane, particularly once you get it trimmed. It's just the transitioning to, you know, takeoff and landing. That's the hard part. Because the torque changes so much and requires so much input with the anti-torque pedal. That's really hard part. And being precise. I mean, geez, I still suck at landing these things. Almost killed us twice. But I didn't. And this one too, you'll see I get us into the vortex ring state with this as well. So one of the guys that teaches at our school, he flew up to me with me to our check ride, and he started as a commercial helicopter pilot, and he told me he had some experiences with vortex ring state in real life, which sounds pants-shittingly scary. I mean, the rotor disc works the same way as an airplane does, essentially. You want to take bites out of air, which is why you end up landing into the wind just like you do with an airplane. So if you're stationary, it's pushing all the air down, and it's lessening the resistance below you, which is how it works, I guess. Yeah, it's keeping a little bit of... but then once you get down to the ground, you get ground effect, which it creates a cushion of air. Are we on the wrong part completely? Oh yeah, it's this one over here, I think. Right there. It's like, oh god. That probably would have over-torqued the rotor to hell. That probably would have caused some damage. Watch the replay of that again. One more time, coming in hot. Oh, buddy, that was good. That was butter. That is a helicopter butter. The other cool thing that this one does that I think Nimbus needs to work out is that once the blade stops spinning, the rotors actually droop, which I think is really cool. They don't do that in the Huey. They're always like straight out. Wait for him. Wait for him. There we go. You see him drooping. One more cool thing, the last thing, and then I'm gonna get out of here for real. Where is it? Ground cart. And how do I click that to rise it up? Put on our ties and caps. I think I gotta do those manually. Check the screenshots page. I think he did. What did you land on? And if it's in the KA50, I'm gonna be disappointed. It needs to be in the Huey. None of this autopilot bullshit. Where's the click spot for the... There we go. Check this out. You can move it around. Get in there. It's not lifting it up for some reason. It's like the skids are sunk into the ground. Well, never mind. Normally you can move it around with the little lift skid there with their joystick. Anyway, dudes, I'm out of here. Aiden, gonna go take a look. Tag Melon in it. Tell me he needs to work on his helicopter piloting skills. Boys, McFaddy, tell the wife we hope she feels better. I hope everything's good with you guys, McFaddy. Aiden, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. Don't know. If there's anything in particular you guys haven't seen and want to see, let me know. We love you. We'll see you next time. Peace.